In this tutorial, we want to take a look at the difference between true and faux font styles. A true font style is one that's built in to the font family by the designer of the font. For instance, if you desire to attach a bold style font or an italicized font style to text in your design window, then you can choose that style from the list of font families in your design software. And that will be an authentic style that was created by the designer of the font when you downloaded it and installed it on your computer. A faux font style is a simulated effect. It's one that is created algorithmically by the design software that you're using. I'm going to open up FontBook to give you an example of how this works. FontBook is a font management software utility that comes with Mac OS X. And in the FontBook, I can see a list in this left-hand column of all of the fonts that are currently installed on this computer. If you look down here at the bottom of the FontBook menu, you'll see that I currently have 354 fonts installed on the system. I'm going to navigate to a font that you're probably familiar with. I'll scroll back to the top of my list and you'll see here the Arial font. And listed under the Arial font, I can choose the regular version of the font with no style attached, the italicized version of the font, bold, and bold italics. And to see what these look like within FontBook's preview window, I click on the version of the font family that I want to preview. In this case, we'll take a look first at the regular version of the font. And you can see up here a close-up view of what that would look like. Here's the italicized version. Here's the bold version. And here's bold and italicized combined. Now these four font styles that are part of the Arial font family are actually designed by the creator of the Arial font. These are authentic, true font styles. In Photoshop, these font styles are available to me. We'll select this layer of text as we did in the last tutorial. I'll choose my font family drop-down window and choose the Arial font. And then next to my font family window, I have the option of choosing the font style. Right now, regular is selected, and that selection is visible down here in my document window. I can go to my font style menu and I can choose those four styles that we saw a minute ago in FontBook. I can choose italicized font, bold, and bold italics. And I'm going to leave that set to bold italics for a moment, and I'm going to choose my type tool in my toolbar, drop down, and type another line of text. And I'll place that line of text directly below the one above it. Now this line of text has inherited the properties from the previous line. Up here, automatically Photoshop assumed that I wanted to use Arial again and that I wanted to use the bold italicized version of the font. Well, just for illustration purposes, I'm going to reset the font style to regular, and I'm going to come down in my character panel in Photoshop, and I'm going to choose the faux bold effect and the faux italic effect and apply that to my new line of text. When we come down and compare the two together, you can see that there's a difference, and it may be a subtle difference, but the style of the text in the second line using faux bold and faux italics is markedly different from the designer's design of that text. If you turn to page 262 to figure 914, you'll see several examples comparing the true font styles with faux font styles. And every font is going to include different styles associated with it. For example, the Arial font only comes with 3 additional styles besides regular. You can choose other fonts, and you may find the list of styles to be markedly different. I'll navigate back over to FontBook. I'll navigate down to a font called Baskerville. And Baskerville has a little larger selection of built-in font styles. In addition to italic and bold, it has semi-bold, bold italics, and semi-bold italics. And so every font family is going to come in a regular version, and also, if the designer included them, with additional font styles available to you. And those true font styles will be available from within the program that you're designing within. The big point to remember here is that when given a choice, always choose true font styles over a faux font style. The overall effect will be one that is more consistent in terms of the design of the font family that you're using, and it'll be more in conformity with what the designer had in mind when creating that font family.